This is the first video of Plato's Parmenides, and I'll start reading and then we'll go to the board. Plato claimed that there was no plurality, there was only one. If there is one, consequently, it cannot have any parts or be a whole, for a part is a part of a whole, and a whole means that from that which no part is missing. So whether you speak of it as a whole or as having parts, in either case the one would consist of parts, and in that way be many and not one. But it is to be one and not many. Therefore, if the one is to be one, it will not be a whole or have parts. If it has no parts, it cannot have a beginning or an end or a middle, for such things would be parts of it. Further, the beginning and end of a thing are its limits. Therefore, if the one has neither beginning nor end, it is without limits. Consequently, the one has no shape, it is not either round nor straight. Since it has no parts, it is neither straight nor round. Being such as we have described, it cannot be anywhere, for it cannot be either in another or in itself. If it were in itself, it would have to encompass it, none other than itself, since it would actually be within itself, and nothing can be within something without being encompassed by that thing. Thus, the encompassing thing would be one thing, the encompassed another, for the same thing cannot as a whole both encompass and be encompassed at the same time. And so, in that case, the one would no longer be one, but two. Therefore, the one is not anywhere, being neither in itself nor in another. Next, consider such being its condition. It can be in motion or at rest. We saw that it could not be anywhere in anything. It is still more impossible that it should come to be in anything. If a thing is coming to be in something, it cannot be in that thing so long as it still is coming to be in it, nor yet can it be altogether outside it, since it is already coming to be in it. This can only happen which has parts, for part of it will be already in another thing and part of it outside at the same time. A thing which has no parts surely cannot possibly be at the same time neither wholly inside nor wholly outside something. It is still more impossible that a thing which has no parts and is not a whole would come to be in anything, since it cannot do so either part by part or as a whole. Hence it does not change its place either by traveling anywhere and coming to be in something, or by revolving the same place, or by changing. The one is immovable in respect to every kind of motion. The one is neither at rest nor at motion, nor can it be the same as itself. The character of sameness is evident because when a thing becomes the same as something, it does not become one. It becomes the same as the many. It must become many, not one. Whereas if it were no difference whatever between unity and sameness, a thing became the same, it would always become one. And whenever one, the same. So if the one is to be the same as itself, it will not be one with itself, and thus will be one and not one. That is impossible. Consequently, it is equally impossible for the one to be either other than another or the same as itself. The one can not be other than or the same as either itself or another, nor can the one be like or unlike anything, whether it is itself or another. So that's the first part of Plato's Parmenides, and basically it says that reality is one immutable, unchanging reality that transcends itself and cannot be limited or comprehended in any way through the use of words or the mind. I would say that would be the summary of this introduction to Parmenides. And with that, we will stop the video here.